Hello everyone. Hope you are all doing very well in your studies. I also would like to wish all Christian students a Merry Christmas. Today's chemistry lessons is about natural macromolecules. Before I proceed further, please subscribe to Jom Studyla channel because we provide free lectures. Without further ado, let's look into our study outline. Our study outline comprises of protein and carbohydrate, the structure of protein, the structure of carbohydrate, the hydrolysis protein and carbohydrate, and finally identifying hydrolysis product. This topic is related to an introduction to biochemistry. And what is actually biochemistry? Is actually biochemistry explore chemical processes that related to living organism. And also, biochemistry study about the structure, composition, chemical reaction of substance in living system, and in turn, their function and way to control them. Okay, let's look into the protein and the carbohydrates. And protein and carbohydrates, two most important components of food are carbohydrates and protein. Carbohydrate is the general name for simple and complex sugar, having general formula CxH2O(Y). Carbohydrates such as glucose provide us with energy. They are converted into carbon dioxide and water in the body by a complex series of reactions, which is called respiration. And during this process of respiration, energy is released. The reason being energy is released is to make muscle work and drive reactions in the body. And on the other hand, protein is condensation polymers, which is formed from amino acid, which are joined by peptide and amide groups. Proteins are needed for the growth and other essential functions in the body. And the enzyme catalysts in our bodies are all protein. Let's look into the structure of protein. Protein are polymer made up from amino acid, which is called monomers. An amino acid is a small molecule containing one or more NH2 and COH functional groups. There are 20 different amino acids that are present in most protein. So these have different side chains. You can see from this alanine, they have this combination, and this is a 9, this is the combination. Protein are condensation polymer formed from amino acid. Water in a small molecule is eliminated. So the amino acid from amine linkage as shown. You can see these are actually the amide linkages as shown, whereby you can see water is eliminated during this process when the protein are condensation. So polymers form from acid, amino acid, and water molecule is eliminated. So please don't forget, this is the tip that highlighted to you. You should recognize the repeating units, and amide link. So you should recognize this. Okay, so we can describe the structure of proteins using block diagram as below. So this portion is shows about the amide linkage. Okay, from this equations is transferred into block diagram. You can see this part is actually is amide linkage. You can see this portion and this portion is the same. Okay. Let's look into the structure of the carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are compound of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, having general formula CX-2OY. And simple carbohydrate like sugar or monosaccharide include glucose, CCH12O6, and fructose, and complex carbohydrate polysaccharides such as starch and cellulose are polymer formed from simple sugar monomers. Complex carbohydrates are usually made up of the same monomer, unlike protein which have 20 different monomers. Water is a small molecule eliminated. Same thing happens during the formation of the structure of protein, and whereby water is a small molecule eliminated when simple sugars polymerize. So glucose is formed during the process of starch and water. The simple sugar form, you can see O linkages as shown below. So O linkages is formed like cyclosidic linkage. Note how we represent the simple sugar molecule. When below is a structure complex of carbohydrate using plot diagram which do not show the structure of sugar. Let's look into the hydrolysis of protein and carbohydrate. Hydrolysis is the breakdown of the compound by water, often catalyzed by acid or alkaline. Hydrolysis can be speed up by the addition of acid or alkaline. Protein are hydrolyzed to amino acid by refluxing with 6 mole of decimeter cube hydrochloric acid for several hours, and the condenser is in the reflux position, which is vertical, to condense the hydrochloric acid vapor, which would otherwise escape from the flask. After the reaction has finished, the excess acid is neutralized with aqua ammonia. The reaction can be represented as protein mixed with water to form amino acid. You can see from this equation. And the complex carbohydrate or polysaccharide is polymer formed from simple carbohydrate monomers, example starch. Starch are also hydrolyzed to simple sugars such as glucose by refluxing with moderately concentrated hydrochloric acid. Example, starch mixed with water to form glucose. So diagram below show a block diagram of this process. You can see this is a block diagram. It's actually represent starch plus water to form glucose. Enzyme can also be used to hydrolyze protein and complex carbohydrate. And this reaction occurs at room temperature and occur naturally in living organisms. And finally, we have identifying hydrolysis product. So, above is a description of below diagram. So, paper chromatography is used to identify the hydrolysis product of protein of complex carbohydrate is carried out in one direction. Two-dimensional paper chromatography is used, and this is because some amino acid and some simple carbohydrates have similar R value. The chromatography is carried out in one direction. The paper is turned around 90 degrees and chromatography carried out again using different solvent. The chromatogram is allowed to dry and then spray with a locating agent. Color spots are developed after warming gently. So the R value in each solvent is characteristic of each amino acid or simple sugar. In this diagram, you can see the circle is actually a different amino acid. With that being said, I would like to wish you all the best in your study. Hope you understand with all the topics presented earlier, and wish you all the best in your studies. And also, I would like to wish all the Christian students a Merry Christmas. And last but not least, please subscribe to Jom Studyla YouTube channel and follow me at Jom Studyla Instagram. You can get customized note by accessing the beacon page via Jom Studyla Instagram link. Thank you very much.